Hello and welcome to the Stronghold Digital Mining Daily Update. Today's Thursday, April 6, 2023. It's about 11:10 p.m., quite late, but I'd be remiss if I didn't point out that we held steady today. Generally speaking, we were largely unchanged, with about 400 some odd thousand shares traded. We closed at around 67 cents a share, which again is at least consistent with where we've been. So, hey, we're not necessarily going up in price a whole lot here, right? But we're not really collapsing in price either. So, all in all, I'd say that's pretty positive. Now, I did make a couple changes this evening to the Stronghold Digital Mining shareholder dashboard, this little informal dashboard that I manage over at the Designer.com website. Now, I want to point out that whenever I make changes to something like this, late in the evening, there's always a chance that I've introduced some sort of bug or error. So with a fresh mind, I will review this tomorrow. But we do evidently have about 11,600 Bitcoin mining machines representing about 1 exahash a second at Scrubgrass. Okay, now I've elected to translate that into being about 30 megawatts of electricity usage. It's beyond the scope of this video to kind of get into the math of that, but I want to double check the math actually, and then perhaps even post some commentary on Twitter, get some feedback from others in our community who, I think it's useful to get this stuff sanity checked now and then. I'll show all my work, describe how I came to that number, and then get some feedback. So over at Panther Creek, we evidently have about 17,900 Bitcoin mining machines representing about 1.7 exahash a second. And so I've computed that to be about 60 megawatts of electricity usage. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I didn't introduce any sort of serious bug or miscalculation to the dashboard. But so basically now, whenever the whenever the Scrubgrass power plant is mining Bitcoin, the assumption is going to be that it's using about 30 megawatts of electricity out of a roughly, we're assuming about 70 megawatt data center capacity. Same thing at Panther Creek. The assumption is about a 70 megawatt data center capacity. And the assumption is going to be that, hey, whenever we're actually, running our Bitcoin mining machines, that we're utilizing about 60 megawatts of electricity to do so, just given the numbers that were released at the very end of March. So anyway, that's a lot of numbers. It's late at night. I will definitely double check this stuff tomorrow and check in with some of our fellow shareholders and friends on Twitter, who oftentimes are really good at pinpointing, some of the math that surrounds our company. There's a lot of math, actually. Our company's probably 90% math. Everything's very mathematically driven in terms of, hey, do we sell electricity to the grid? Do we instead curtail the power plants and, mine Bitcoin? Do we potentially, pull electricity from the PJM grid to power our data centers? All of this is driven by math, right? So anyway, tomorrow markets are closed, so there's not going to really be any sort of stock market update tomorrow. And of course, Saturday and Sunday, the markets are closed as well. So it really won't be until Monday that we get to chat about the stock price. But hey, I'm really glad that we at least held the line for the most part and really didn't see our shares collapse in value, nor that they really soar in value. All things considered, I think we might be building up something of a foundation or a base at around the 67 cent a share mark. At least I'm cautiously optimistic about that. Okay, it's quite late. Time to get some rest. I really hope you have an excellent weekend. I may or may not do a couple updates over the weekend, but if I don't, have a great weekend, and I will see you again on Monday. All right, take care and stay great and stay positive as always.